Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Adventures of one obsessed nutrition coach on a mission to create a world where food makes you better. Today is Friday, guys, and usually on Friday I like to talk about something that I just haven't talked before in a week or for a while, something that I learned recently and would really love to share with you. Like, for example, today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my daily meals. I practice one meal a day lifestyle, or this intermittent fasting protocol, when you basically eat only once a day, and the rest of the day I usually drink a lot of water, unsweetened tea, usually herbal and black coffee. Not a lot of coffee, just maybe a cup, maybe a couple of cups, and then usually during between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. I'm having my one meal a day. And a lot of people are asking me about that one meal a day lifestyle because it sounds very convenient. You know, you eat once a day and you don't have to worry about counting anything or finding foods for all the other meals. Plus, it's really easy to maintain our weight that way, because you only have to make decision about what you're gonna eat once a day. So a lot of people are asking me about this lifestyle. Plus, a lot of people are busy. A lot of my clients, for example, are entrepreneurs, business owners, or just busy people who don't want to be spending all their time cooking and eating and cleaning up. And so people are interested about this lifestyle. And I always point out that this lifestyle is only gonna work long term if you manage to design your meals so you get all the essential nutrients your body needs, like all the essential vitamins. There are 13 of them. All the essential minerals, there are about 16 of them. All the essential fatty and amino acids, and all the other possible compounds present in whole foods that we might not even know how to detect yet. That's why I always, by the way, tell people to stick with whole foods, because there are so many compounds in whole foods and they work in such a way that we don't really know really how to understand. And that's why if you choose to eat some sort of food products or supplements or just processed foods in general, where some part of the food is deleted, like, you're gambling, because we just don't know what we are deleting and how it all works together for long-term health. All we know is that from our experience, people who live to 100 healthy without a lot of degenerative diseases, 100 and more centenarians, they ate whole foods all their life. And what it means to eat food products instead of whole foods, we just don't know. So it might be okay, it might not be. From all the evidence we have so far, we know that supplements and food products, processed foods, are inferior to whole foods, even when those foods are considered to be healthy by some diet or nutrition theory. Anyhow, guys, so yesterday on my Instagram, yesterday on all of my social media, I shared one of the examples of those meals that I eat once a day. And I also shared the data from this website, checkyourfood.com. This is like, I'm not affiliated in any sense with them, but this is by far the best site to track micro and macronutrients in your food. So if you want to know what's in your food and how it is related to your nutrition needs for your specific age, your specific goal, for your specific lifestyle, so this is the best website to track your nutrition intake, your macronutrients and also micronutrients, all the essential vitamins, minerals, all the compounds that we know how to detect in our food. So I shared my meal, and then I shared this data, and I covered all of my needs except for potassium. And potassium, guys, that is the only thing that I always notice, actually potassium and magnesium, but I tend to get enough magnesium from my food, whereas potassium I tend to go low on just because it is concentrated in a lot of foods that I just don't naturally eat. So I supplement with potassium and magnesium also, because magnesium is also important for many reactions in our body. But anyhow, so except for potassium that I supplement with, I'm eating all of my nutrients because I made it, nutrition is my profession, and I make sure that I'm eating all of the nutrients and more of them from whole foods, if not every single day, then every other day, because our body can accumulate and store some of the nutrients for longer time or less time. And so what was my meal yesterday that I ate that covered all of my nutrition needs? And by the way, guys, for potassium, there are no exact numbers like how much potassium exactly a particular person needs. The numbers that you can see in different nutrient trackers for potassium come from observational studies, or basically they looked at healthy people who avoid degenerative diseases, who don't have health problems, and they looked at their diets on average, and that's the amount of potassium that those people are getting, and that's where the number comes from. And in different sources, in different countries, the amount of potassium, for example, you need per day, as for many other nutrients, is different, so some countries did their research and they think this is how much you need, and some countries did their research and this is how much they think you need, but usually those numbers are pretty close to each other. But for potassium, it's kind of like a wild ride. You can see numbers from 2,500 milligrams to 4,700 milligrams and more. And if you're someone who sweats a lot, if you are an athletic person, then you will need even more potassium. The more you train, the more you sweat, the more potassium you will need. And of course, the bigger you are, usually your body needs more of that stuff. So my meal yesterday, my 1 meal a day lifestyle. So what did Angela eat yesterday? And my meals, by the way, guys, usually last about 2 hours with cooking, cleaning, and everything. And that's how much food I ate. So I ate a couple of medium carrots to start, raw carrots. I ate bell pepper, an average red bell pepper. I ate 125 grams of strawberries. That is about 3-4 ounces of strawberries, fresh strawberries. Then I continued eating my seeds, sunflower seeds raw and pumpkin seeds raw, 1 ounce of each, or 30 grams of each, or an average handful of those seeds. I also ate Brazil nuts, 4 of them for our selenium. Then I also continued, while cooking, I was hungry, so I continued eating my dark chocolate that is 99% or 100%, depends on the case. But yesterday I had Lindt 99%, and I ate 1.5 ounces of it, or somewhere around 40-45 grams of Lindt 99% chocolate. And then after that, I continued my main meal that I cooked while eating all of this. So what did I cook yesterday? I cooked, I cooked for the main meal, actually 2 kinds of protein foods. I cooked salmon, 150 grams of it, or 5 ounces. I cooked 4 eggs in the same pan, by the way, so 4 eggs. I also cooked 200 grams of mussels that I got frozen and cleaned without shells, 200 grams or 6.5 ounces. So what I did, I put a red onion first with Brussels sprouts. I used 8 whole Brussels sprouts. I put that, and mushrooms, button mushrooms, 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of those. And I put them in the pan with some water and cooked them for about 10 minutes with water. And then I added my salmon and eggs, because those are cooked like usually in 7 minutes or so, depending on the amount. But if it's thinly sliced, then 7 minutes it's all you need for your eggs and your salmon. And so I added sea salt with some herbs. I added curry spice. I mixed it, my onions, my Brussels sprouts, my mushrooms. Then I put on top my piece of salmon. I put on top 4 eggs, and I closed the pan and I waited for another 7 minutes. So it's somewhere around 15 minutes total. And then it was cooked. And on top of that, I added my sardines. So 1 average tin of sardines canned with bones and skins. And that was my main meal. And that's it. And then I put it all into this calculator on checkyourfood.com. And I ate, for most nutrients, it was 100%, 150, 200, 300%. For some, it was like 1000%. Usually for something that's like polyphenols, that the more you get, the better you are. And that was my 1 meal a day. And that's how I ate all of my nutrients in 1 meal a day. And when it comes to calories, I ate somewhere around 1800 calories. And the protein was 130 grams. And the fat was 100 grams or 110. I don't remember right now exactly. And then the carbohydrates were 50 grams, close to 50 grams with fiber and everything. So very low carb, even though I eat a lot of Brussels sprouts and onions and strawberries. But those foods actually are pretty low in absorbable carbohydrates and quite high in fiber. So that was my meal yesterday. And again, except for potassium that I take daily because I train a lot and I just don't seem to be getting enough from my foods. And by the way, guys, every time I'm not getting my potassium in supplement, I can feel how, for example, when I train, I can get dizzy or I can feel a little bit weak. What else changes? My energy fluctuates more. Sometimes I get cramps. And when I get my potassium in supplements, I have none of that. And that's how I know that I probably need that potassium. And so I'm supplementing with that. And and the amount of potassium I supplement with, it comes with simple mineral tablets, nothing added. It's 1,200 milligrams per day. I take 600 in the morning and I take 600 when I go to bed, and then that seems to work the best. And those again are just mineral salts. They do not break our fast. They do not have any calories. Those are just minerals, electrolytes that help our cells to communicate, to transmit better signals between each other. So potassium supplements, I highly recommend you to look into them, especially if you are someone who is working out a lot and sometimes you feel dizzy or you feel weak during workouts, or you might be having cramps. So potassium, guys. By the way, one of the foods that is super rich in potassium, well, actually, avocados rich in potassium, button mushrooms are rich in potassium, or champignons or cremini mushrooms. And they're like the calories in mushrooms are almost non-existent. And what else? And the favorite food that I'm really enjoying these days is palm hearts. They're also super low in calories and everything except for potassium and some other minerals. So palm hearts for potassium, guys. They are amazing. I'm getting them every time I'm at the store. At any store. I usually get them canned, so I don't have to cook them. I just eat them. I usually put also some sea salt on them, and they're like super delicious and high in potassium. So look at the palm hearts. Getting back to my 1 meal a day. So a lot of people looked at that meal and I got a lot of questions. One of the questions, because I specifically wrote something about folate that is super important for our health, long-term and short-term. And folate is water soluble. It's also very important for DNA replication, and every time our cells replicates or makes a copy of itself, and it happens daily, probably every single moment, we need folate to do that. And so if we are deficient, we're not going to be able to, our body is not going to be able to make new cells healthy and well functioning and a lot of other things. And that's why, pregnant women, when you need to like replicate a lot of stuff, need more folate, and you even get some birth defects if you're not getting folate into your diet. But anyhow, guys, so somebody asked me a question about folate. Like, can't I get my folate from beans? And the reason, guys, I eat a lot of foods that I eat is not because you necessarily cannot get the nutrients from other foods, but because I'm not a gorilla, and I don't have time or desire to chew leaves all day. And so when I'm choosing certain foods for certain nutrients, I'm choosing the most efficient foods. So for example, folate. Yes, you can eat your folate in beans, but you have to eat taking into account the fiber aspect of it and digestion. You have to eat like 500 grams of kidney beans to get your folate, like to get a daily amount. And you have to eat only 1.5 ounces of chicken liver, for example, to eat the same amount of folate, and folate that is more digestible and absorbable by human body. So I prefer to eat like 40 grams of liver, or usually what I would do is I would eat like a whole bunch of liver once a week, or because our body can store folate for a few weeks, even though it is water soluble. So I'd rather eat, a little bit of liver every day than 500 grams of beans every day. Unless you are a huge fan of beans, guys, then eat liver once a week at least. Eat it and you'll be fine. Like, eat a lot of it once a week. That's how I love doing it. Also, you're gonna get your vitamin A. And on the question of liver, guys, chicken liver specifically, why I'm such a huge fan, because let's look at a portion. 100 grams or 3 ounces of liver will give you B12 875%, biotin 525%, vitamin A 470%, folate 249%, riboflavin 167%, B5 vitamin 122%, niacin 76%, B6 52%, choline 46%, B1 44%, even vitamin C 30%. And then selenium 78, iron 52, phosphorus 40%, copper 39, zinc 30. And you eat, more of it once a week, and you'll be covered with all of these nutrients that are pretty hard to get from a lot of other foods, especially plant foods. You can get your weekly supply, maybe like double this portion. So eat one big meal of liver a week, and you'll be hitting a lot of vitamins and minerals that are hard to get from other foods, especially plant foods. And that's why I'm such a huge fan of liver once a week. That's like nature's multivitamin. And so yes, you can get your folate and a lot of other vitamins from plants, but you'll have to chew quite a lot of food every single day, and you're gonna get a lot of fiber, but sometimes it's too much fiber and you'll be like kind of bloated a little bit and gassy every single day. Like, I don't fancy that. If you're the person who want to chew their food all day long, then be my guest. But again, beans is not the very effective way to get your folate. Liver is the most effective and efficient way to get your folate. And that's about it for today, guys. You can re-listen to this episode to see what a very nutritious 1 meal a day meal looks like. And then also you can use Check Your Food website to check your meals or your daily menu to see what you're getting in your meals. And I highly suggest you do that at least like once a week or once in a couple of weeks to see how you're doing when it comes to all the essential vitamins vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. And the link to this website you can find in the show notes. Again, I'm a huge fan as a nutritionist. I just love this website, how the information is presented. You can, add foods to your food diary. You can search certain vitamin and see like what foods have that vitamin or mineral in the biggest, most, efficient and effective amounts. So this website also tells you like why certain nutrients are important, what health functions they support, and what happens when you don't get enough. Like if you look for folate, for example, on the website, you're going to see what folate does, all the functions in the body, and then also you're going to see what happens when you don't get enough of folate. So check yourfood.com, check them out. And just for the heck of it, to know what you're getting in your food, put all of your foods for one day, maybe today, maybe yesterday, and see what you're getting in your food. And again, when it comes to 1 meal a day lifestyle, to make it something that you can maintain for life, you gotta make sure that you are eating all the essential nutrients that your body needs. Because if you eat only 1 meal a day, it's much easier to miss a lot of your nutrition requirements, a lot of nutrition needs. And our body, our complex body, human body, it has a lot of requirements. And with all these processed foods on the market, all these processed products that are not nutritionally balanced, you can easily miss a lot of nutrition requirements, even when you eat 3 meals a day. Even if you snack 6 times a day, you still can miss a lot in our food system that provides a lot of products but very little guidance about what you actually need to be getting every single day. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time, for your attention, for your love. Don't forget to share this episode with someone who you believe can benefit from it. Maybe someone who's interested in 1 meal a day lifestyle, or someone who is interested in eating healthier, or someone who's interested in getting more folate. So share this episode with them. You do me a huge favor. I'm here to help you guys to eat better and as many people as possible. So share this episode with a person who you believe will love it as much as you do, or even more. So thank you. Wish you a wonderful weekend, and till next time, as usual, eat better daily.